Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 6 of Humankind. 6 episodes in and I'm already getting confused with the episode numbers. We're going to go and hit end turn. Actually, before we hit end turn, let us go ahead and pick our next next culture. So we are currently Egyptians. So we can still go into the same one. Perhaps you've developed a special bond for your current culture. Changing era without changing culture is called Transcendence, and you keep your current affinity and emblematic district. And to reflect the prestige of such a move on the world stage, every future fame bonus is granted a significant boost. The boost is cumulative too, and will grow if you keep transcending. Or we can switch to somebody else. Got the Axumites. So money on tiles, an extra 2 money on tiles that produce money. The Great Obelisk. 1 money per territories under the religion's influence, plus 3 faith, plus 3 money, minus 10 stability, plus 3 money per adjacent market core. So all about the money, really. And a unique unit. We've got the Carthaginians. So yeah, they're merchant. So minus 25% on all constructible buyout costs. The Kothon is the unique district. So it gives fortification at the cost of some stability. But it gives 3 industry per adjacent coastal water, 2 industry per adjacent lake. Replaces the harbour. Counts. Well, I haven't built a harbour yet, so that might be worth taking. Never unit spawn allows you... Well, that's already the same thing. They get war elephants. Ooh. That could be cool. And there's the Celts. Let's have a look, see who... I'm drawn towards the Carthaginians, but let's see who else we've got. We've got the Celts. So that's food from farmers, mostly. They are, well, agrarian, so it makes sense. The Goths, who are militarist. So combat strength bonus when ransacking, influence on garrisons. We've got the Huns, also militaristic, hardly a surprise there. So plus 2 combat strength for cavalry units. They get orders, so automatically upgrades regular outposts, cannot be attached to cities. And they get the Hunic Horde as their unique unit. We've got the Marians. They get themselves influence on emblematic districts and minus 10% cost on attaching outposts. They get stupas. So influence, faith, science as well. Bit of a loss of stability. And they also get a war elephant unit. We've got the Achaemenid Persians or Achaemenid Persians. Plus 2 city cap. That's quite nice. So this is an expansionist. Plus 2 city cap, plus 10 stability on city or outpost. Starup's Palace, influence, money. And they get immortals. And then there's also Rome. I do like Rome. So Greeks have already been taken. So Greeks have been taken and Maya has been taken. Romans. 1 unit slot available for each army. So we can have up to 5 stacks. Minus 30% on army upkeep. And they get the Triumphal Arch, which is influence and stability. And they get Praetorian Guard. I think the Persians sound more interesting at the moment. Just being able to up the city cap. Now the problem is, what happens if I then switch away from them? Do I lose that extra city cap? I don't think I need the city cap yet. I'm still going to go for Carthaginians. Am I? Yes. Let's adopt.
As urban centers grow, both ideas and sewage are generated at a record pace. Arts and sciences flourish as military tactics and mathematical equations become as coveted as physical goods. Empires struggle to control these intangibles, however, as some might trouble their stability. Speaking of dealing in intangibles, am I about to see lots of offers that can't be refused?
A new wonder can be claimed. We'll have a look at those in a moment. World deed accomplished.
The Pyramids of Giza, the original construction yardstick by which all other projects will be measured.
Solar resource. Culture chosen. It looks like some of the buildings and things got upgraded as well. So yeah, the buildings are definitely upgrading by era, so that's nice. Where is the pyramid that is now finished? So yeah, there's the great... Is that the one? Yeah, it's significantly bigger than our normal pyramids. So we've got our wonder there. That's quite nice. Brilliant. Okay. So we've picked our next culture. This is one of the things I do like about this game, that it gives you that sort of... what's the word I'm looking for? It's a meaningful choice. You really have to think about it. Unclaimed wonders. Oh, here's a lot of stuff that we can pick from. Colossus of Rhodes will give us stability and fame. The Lighthouse of Alexandria will give us stability, naval combat strength. The Mausoleum at Halicarnassus. Now that's nice. +1 science per district on city or outpost. Statue of Zeus gives faith and stability and money. And all the others have been claimed, apart from the Temple of Artemis, which we could still get. But that's faith. So let's pick one of the new ones. I quite want to go for science, I think. And the stability is nice. I'm going to go for the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. Can be built once in the world. 450. It's not cheap, but we're going to go and claim that wonder. Before we build it, though, we've got some other stuff we need to do. Power Investor. As a merchant culture, your affinity action is called Power Investor. You can use influence to build resource extractors for yourself and others, potentially improving diplomatic relations. Okay, now that's good if I can use them to build resource extractors, because surely that means then... No, it still looks like it's build cost. What if I turn it to buyout? We could just buy them out, though. Right, what do we want to build? Let's just buy out and put these here. Get all the ones that we can. Now, munitions. Your city is now... Oh, mutinous. I can't read. Mutinous. This city is now mutinous. Only constructions that improve stability can be built. Is that this one? It's not even really a city, to be fair, is it? So can't do anything here. We don't have the tech for that. Not sure what's going on with that. You can certainly get some resources. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. That is all looking good. This is not our territory. There's silver here. No, this is our territory. Okay, that's fine for now. So that's all that done. So there's some resources sold. We still want to create another one over here. Yeah, that one seems decent. That'll allow us to get the copper. Won't be able to do it just yet. Okay, good enough. I think that's good enough. Order an army to complete its movements. Might want to go and take these bears out.
Follow me.
Can we raid this lair? Do we need to... I think we can just sit on there and ransack, can't we? I think. Okay, what have we got here? Idle cities. So do we start on our wonder? I don't think we do. I think we start by getting the harbour. It will cause some stability problems. What's going to give us 8 food and 15 production would be nice. Yeah, that's definitely the tile for us. It does cause us a little bit of a stability drop, but I think that's fine. So that will get building. It'll only take 2 turns. It's not a massive issue. We do have buildings that do give us stability, so we can get it back if we need to. So this is our... That's not our unique unit. Oh, we need to unlock the unique unit with tech, don't we? That's fine. And what about the other city? You could build one of these as well. Oh, 8 food, 15 production, 3 science. Yes, please. So we'll get those built first, and then we'll look at working on our wonder. So Memphis has gained a population. The Tsar will enter the sphere of influence of the Olmecs in 5 turns. Yeah, we're having problems with this one. We probably need to do something about that. Let's get rid of this bear. There was a little tooltip there and I missed it. It was kind of my own fault, but let's deal with this bear first. I would like to be on the high ground with everybody for this one, but I'm not sure that that's going to be a thing. Oh, there we go. I don't even think we really took any damage from that, so that's okay. So, yeah, was it this one? Need to try and connect it up to my other city, but 510. Oh, that's evolving it. Yeah, 104. We'll be able to get it in a couple of turns. We should be okay. Idle armies. You've built this over here. So I think that's fine now. What's that? Oh, it's our harbour. I was going to say, what's that random thing in the water? Let's start bringing you back then. It'll take a couple of turns before you're built, before we can build any resource extractors. You're going to go over there and get that bear as soon as you can. You're still... You're not ransacking the lair? Oh, there we go. I'd hit the ransack button before, but I hadn't told them what tile to do it on. We will need to get standing army for the iron. Let's go and hit end turn then.
With 5 makers' quarters, an empire could build all sorts of interesting and troublesome things.
There's more population gain. Successful ransacking. New grievance available. Resource sold. What's the grievance and against whom? It's you.
You might find this interesting.
The Olmecs are preventing the faithful of Afberg from practicing their faith freely. Now that's their own city, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want it.
Bygones be bygones.
I appreciate your...
Let's try and keep friendly with at least one of the other empires. She's actually expanding quite hard around the bottom here. She's already up there close to these guys, which could be good if we end up going to war. You're getting very close. That I do not particularly like. That you're building a city over here, this close to me. Well, as we can't have any additional cities, we probably do want to link all of these together, but I think that's going to have to wait a little bit. So, was it 108 that we needed? Let's attach you to Thebes. Stability still seems good here. We've got nothing in the production queue. Mausoleum at Halicarnassus. Go ahead and pop it over here. 15 turns for that to be completed. Will we accept this offer? Customs Union. Oh, no, it's not that one. I was going to say we already had that one. Cultural Agreement. I mean, I guess.
Your proposal, friend.
She's still 1 star away from being able to get into the classical era. Lots of idle armies now. Let's have a quick look as well and look at what our population's doing. So 5 turns before we get another population. Money's still decent. I think we can do this. 4 turns for another population. Let's really try and boost pop where we can. We are building a harbour. Could we just buy out one of those? Don't have the harbour yet, but we will have. No, the harbour's done. I love how there's all like little boats and things around the harbour now. That's quite cool. It's attention to detail. They really do. It's a very pretty looking game. I think the UI is a little bit clunky, but I think that's always been an issue with Amplitude's games. No disrespect to them, because I know how hard it is to make a good looking UI. It is not an easy thing at all. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've seen worse UIs. I'll put it that way, and I'm sure I'll get used to it. It's not what I'm used to, and I think that's a lot of where the problem comes from. You know, you get used to a certain thing, and everything else is just weird.
Over this way.
Okay, let's go ahead and end the deployment there. You've decided to move around there, which is a little bit of a pain, but it does mean that I can get 3 units on not high ground, but at least even footing. There we go. Spoils gained, 10 gold. Ooh. Still, it all helps, I suppose. Right, this army. Not too sure what I'm going to do with you, so I guess we'll just carry on having a look around. Really need to get some better units in case these guys do declare war. There are at least 3 other civilizations that I haven't yet found either. So that ransacking was successful. Is there anything else around here that I want to grab or need to grab? Possibly not. We can go ahead and join those 2 armies back together. What's this option we've got here? Display more information about the event located here. The wisdom of others. Your merchants trek the world, reaching great markets in far climes and selling your highly prized natural riches for much coin. Conversely, your empire sees many traders from distant lands visit our plazas with their goods, their wit, and their provocative ideas. When their knowledge contradicts the wisdom of your elders, it raises the question of who you should trust. So it gives us a new civic option. Knowledge authorities. Who has the biggest influence on your empire's knowledge? 1 science per researchers on city outposts, or 1 science per number of trade routes on a city or outpost. Again, I'd kind of like to carry on in this direction towards foreign innovations, but at the moment do not have the influence. Very light on influence right now. Got an idle city. Do I want you working on the mausoleum? I mean, maybe we do. Or we could try and get our population up a little bit. How many turns would it knock off if we did that? 15 down to 9. Yeah, let's do that for now. Try and get it just done. There's another resource sold. I mean, at least we're making decent money. Order armies to complete their moves. And, yeah, I want these two guys to meet up somewhere along the lines. So, I can't connect this yet. Connecting cities together is always the expensive thing. We can enact this now, though. So, I don't know. Science per number of trade routes or city outposts. We do have a few trade routes. It'd be nice if it told me how much science that meant I'd be getting.
There must be an awful lot in that wide world that the elders never even thought of.
To be fair, though, I think that's an issue that's very similar to the... yeah, this one, converting to Carthaginians. That's okay. It is going back in my direction. This territory is currently part of the Carthaginian sphere of influence. That's my sphere of influence. This empire has a 47% hold over the territory. The territory's owner, Maya, has a 52% hold. So this might even flip in my direction. Interesting. This one... These are all sort of converting to Carthaginians. Nice. I've got an empty territory here that I haven't claimed that I probably need to get. So as I was saying, this is a... So that... Right, two things. First of all, that mechanic is quite similar to... oh, I'm forgetting all my terminology. In Civilization, Civilization 6, it was added with one of the expansions. It was where you... Basically, the loyalty system is what I'm trying to say. Where if you build too close to somebody else's city... You can get loyalty pressure from adjacent cities, which can have caused them to revolt. Civilization 5 had a similar thing to that as well, which was cultural pressure. So cities could flip if they were unhappy enough and they had cultural pressure from neighbours. There was something else I was going to talk about, but I've had a complete brain fart now and forgot what that was, so it doesn't really matter. Let's just keep... hopping around with these units a little bit, see if we uncover anything else worth grabbing. So yeah, this one may become ours here. We still only have a 2-city cap, so I probably want to connect all these up as soon as I can. But it is going to cost me a little bit more to do that. We want to grab this as well. How much does it cost? 20 influence. We will want to get that copper. So, yeah, you move down here. We'll end the turn. There's some influence for us. We've got a new grievance.
Always a pleasure to see you.
This is, again, that's your own territory. So...
No harm done. This time.
Sure.
I appreciate your wonderful actions.
That's fine. So, did that convert to mine? Convert into Carthaginians. It's still in my sphere of influence. Yes, converting to my religion as well. My religion's spreading pretty well. Tenets. Tenets are representations of the principles and commandments of a religion that you can unlock when your religion has enough followers. Each tenet has a specific gameplay effect that reflects its inspiration. The meter below indicates how many more followers you need to unlock the next tenet. So 25 I need. Okay, so I can't get any more at the moment. That's fine. Armies complete their movements. Idle army. Yeah, you two, I want you to get together somewhere. I can afford to go and get this now. So let's get it. We'll get the copper. We'll lose the food there, but that's fine. So now we have copper. Population
Debate and
gain.
discussion are not the past.
Writing is research. Is a
Now,
world
things
deed
that one
accomplished.
generation learned can be passed to the next via something more reliable than campfire stories.
So we'll acknowledge the... Oh, excuse me, voice is cracked there. We'll acknowledge the population gain. Yeah, religion's all fine. So where was that population gain? Where did that just come up? Was it in... It was here. Because this isn't technically connected to my city yet. These are all going to need connecting up when I can afford it. All these connected territories. Because I don't want to lose them. So yeah, we don't actually have this one yet. We should go ahead and grab this. I've got an army nearby. So it's probably worthwhile doing that. I mean, the army's literally right here. How much would this cost us? 90. I mean, we can afford it. We might as well grab it. I know it's spending a lot of influence, but I think that's important to do. I'm still going to merge these armies up. But I can do that without a problem. Research, currently idle. Let's have a look at the tech tree now. So we have unlocked the next part of it. We can now move into the classical era. There's probably stuff in here that we do still need. I mean, you can skip stuff. This is the great thing. If I want, I can skip... well, sailing's the end of the line anyway for that one. I can go straight to trade expeditions. Organised warfare we can sort of skip. And go straight into standing army. That will allow us to get iron. We can actually get an extra city if we go into philosophy. Yeah, some of these are locked. Like fortifications is locked. Technology not available yet. It's only 5 turns to get philosophy. Let's go ahead and grab that. I mean, it won't make too much of a difference straight away because I won't have enough influence to be able to convert one into a city. Now, what are you doing over here? I'll start moving my army in your direction. I'm not saying I don't trust you, but I don't trust you. I'm very, really wanting to keep my eye on this now to see how things are going. Converting to Carthaginians in 2 turns. Nothing else is converting, but that's a lot of pressure. Gained enough followers now to get another tenant. Stability. So what are options here? 5 money on luxury resource deposits. 2 stability on river. Influence on mountains. Don't really have mountains. Plus 25 experience on creating unit on all cities. -1 upkeep on units. That's militaristic. Tithe the wealthy. Plus 10 war support. Increase when winning battle on relations. Plus 10 war support when opponent retreats from a battle on relations. They all give +1 maximum number of holy sites with the look of things. +5 science on strategic resource deposits. +2 industry on forests and 2 industry on woodlands. Or +2 food on coastal water, +2 food on lake. +2 food on coastal water and lakes could be useful. And I know I like going for the science, but I think growth is important anyway. Because the good thing about the growth is that once you have more people, you can just put them to work on science. The Olmecs reached the classical era with the Celts. Okay, it's taken them a while. So we are gaining some population here and there. Got another idle army. Don't really have a lot I can do with you. We'll just have a little scout around. I might just go and park them up somewhere and tell them to wait there. Urgent affairs need our attention. The struggle for dominion. The capital is the Empire's true seat of power, but now other cities with energetic populaces rise to prominence. Their leaders and other influential figures want sway over the Empire's affairs, and the question of who wields power must be answered. So this is the new leadership civic. How do we lead? We can get +1 city cap by enacting a small council, and that moves us more towards authority and further away from liberty. Liberty gives us more influence on emblematic districts and more stability on all cities. Authority gives us a little bit of stability and more vision range. I don't know, I think probably moving towards liberty is better. Or we can get +25% stability on the capital, which I don't think we necessarily need. I'd be tempted to go small council for the extra influence, but we can't afford to do that at the moment because I don't have enough influence. And I do have some cities that I definitely want to connect together. We're 5 turns away from completing the Muslim at Asus, so that is getting there. Just looks like a construction site at the moment. You can't really see what's going on with that. Trying to keep my wonders roughly close together. I don't know if they can be pillaged or anything, but that's worth checking on. So we're on turn 67. We've still got 3 other civilizations to meet. I think things are going reasonably well at this point. I'm not disappointed. I think for my first game on everything standard difficulty, it's all right. I've definitely learnt things in these first few videos that if I was playing another game from scratch that I would do differently. So, you know, once I've learned how to play the game, I'll be playing through again and putting the knowledge from this first playthrough to good use and hopefully having a much more interesting and productive game. But I will be back with another video where we will continue to learn the ropes of Humankind. So thanks a lot for watching. Once again, if you are enjoying it, please do consider liking the video or subscribing if you're not a subscriber, because it really helps the channel to go. So thanks for watching the video all the way through to the end. I will see you next time, and until then, goodbye for now.